This is the Andres Segovia Show.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Andres Segovia Show. In this episode, I want to give a little bit of love to my tech fans. And I know some of my highest viewed videos tend to be on the tech side. I assure you that I've been working hard on a new format about wanting to take time to discuss tech. And there's actually along those lines that I wanted to start this series about what tech has got me through the lockdown periods. And I think it's going to be more relevant than ever because there's some sections of the country that could be facing lockdown again, or as of this video, have probably already been locked down too. So there's some habits that I thought I had, but I didn't utilize until lockdown that I thought would go away after the lockdown. But no, I actually stuck with it. So before I get into any of that, I want to let you all know, look, my show is not sponsored by anybody. But just like you, there's products that I like. So I want to highlight a product that I like because one of the things that's not tech related that got me through lockdown and still powers me now is coffee. And I've grown madly in love with, if you follow my show, madly in love with Black Rifle Coffee. Black Rifle Coffee, they're a veteran-owned and operated company. Well, I can't say enough about this coffee. And I actually finally got my hands on their instant coffee. This is actually my third box because they sell out so quick that I just bought one box. Then I had to buy more. It's like, no. I gotta have some of this stuff. My favorite flavor is actually just black or beyond black. But the ladies in the office prefer the signature smooth, so I order more of the signature smooth through their coffee club, which I highly recommend. Just to let you know, a portion of the profits that they make go to veteran, law enforcement, fire, and other first responder causes. So this is America's Coffee, fresh roast to freedom. So if you want to check out more stuff, I'll be leaving a link in the video description down below, so you can go over to blackriflecoffee.com so you can find out how you can get your hands on this delicious coffee. Anyway, having said that, I want to dive into just highlight a few things that helped me get through the lockdown period. I'm going to keep this one really brief because I can probably walk it through some of the time in a different format, but I just wanted to highlight 3 different products that I utilized heavily that have become a mainstay in how I operate. Because in running multiple businesses, I do have multiple offices, but one such business is wherever I am. That scene from Training Day when Ethan Hawke's character Jake gets into the vehicle with Denzel and he asks, so where's the office? You're in the office, baby. It's wherever you go, that's how I feel, that if you're with me, the office is with me. And that's because tech allows me to do so with real estate. Property management, though, requires a physical location. So does construction. So I do have physical locations that I have to visit besides projects that I don't as often go to the projects on site because I operate things from the administrative side as I used to. But lockdown changed a lot of that on how I had to conduct myself with the outside world, right? So a lot more tech has been utilized. I was one of those that just for the life of me, I refused to use Zoom, but everybody that was on me said, I only have Zoom, I have Zoom. Then you install another app, or you don't even have to install the app, use your browser so you can log into to the program to work with me. And that such program was Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams was something that I actually deployed last year. And I was trying to implement for my company to comply in using Microsoft Teams. But I don't see the need for it, whatever. We use WhatsApp for communication anyway, or Google Hangouts, depending on who I'm dealing with. Well, since lockdown happened, they couldn't come back to the office. And the only way we could do an office was to have the virtual offices that were provided to us by Microsoft Teams. And I did mention over to Microsoft's development team because I do have the premium version for certain aspects of business that I have. So I have like 3 different Microsoft licenses because of 3 different businesses. And since I was deploying as a test, the free version that my staff was using, some of those premium features have made their way down to the free stuff to make Microsoft Teams more compatible, more competitive with like the likes of Slacker and it's Stacked is the other one. Or maybe it's the same one. I forget. The point is, I don't really use that one. I've been loving Microsoft Teams, and it integrates great with a lot of the apps that I use. And Office 365 or Microsoft Office does power my operations across all of them. So it's just made it a lot easier to be in sync and succinct. So I'm happy that I got that one. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, what about actual remote locations, VPNs of sorts? When I'm on my private network, yes, VPN. But when I'm not around, who do I trust? I know there's Chrome Desktop, but Chrome Chrome, for some reason, hogs up a lot of resources on Windows PCs, so it has made things a little bit laggy on some experiences, especially when I have portable Microsoft devices that are not running on Intel chips, perhaps. They're probably running on ARM chips, and they do slow down quite a bit. So that's why I've relied on Splashtop to get that done. So that's my number 2. And Splashtop I've been using, my goodness, I guess since their inception. I have it across everything, even my BlackBerry 10 devices. Yes, I have Splashtop on that. You can get it through the Amazon App Store, and I really appreciate it having some kind of remote access across all of them, and one account gets me into all of them. And some studies are showing that perhaps something along the lines of Splashtop is a lot more efficient and secure in logging into your items, besides just a VPN that can slow down your network speeds, especially if everybody's piling on at the same time. So Splashtop has been my go-to. I highly recommend it, and I'm going to leave a link to them as well in the video description down below so you can check them out. So the last but not least, it counts as, because I have my iPad here, so I'm going to say, obviously the iPad's been my most go-to when it comes to mobile. I have the first generation iPad Pro, so I haven't had any issues with it bending, and it's been like 3 years now, so I'm actually really proud of how well this has held up. But one of the things that I've really enjoyed about this thing is that when I finally got iPad OS, I felt that Apple was finally listening to our grievances, those of us in tech. So finally having a full-fledged browser has allowed me to do this kind of content and being able to manage it while on YouTube, because the Safari browser is finally the desktop experience. So I didn't have to pick up my Pixel Chromebook, let me rephrase, my Google Pixel book more often when I don't need the keyboard, when I just need to do certain amount of things. So having a Safari browser and being able to pull up the entire experience of YouTube Studio has been great, because those of us that know, and you've seen Marcus Browley on MKBHD do a video about that some time ago, having the YouTube Studio app, the Creator app, kind of sucks, honestly. So we all have to go to the browser, and now having a full-fledged browser to be able to fully deal with our content that we create for YouTube has been such a great help, and it feels a lot more portable in doing it on an iPad than it does having to deal with, say, a heavier Pixel book. So that's what's helped me get through the quarantine period, and I haven't changed those habits. It stayed with me, so I really do enjoy that. I have a plethora of devices at my disposal. They each have their own usage, kind of like how Batman has a utility belt and an answer for everything, right? That's how it's been with these things for me. So again, the highlights that I've used, and I want to walk through some more tech highlights and tips and what I do to get me by and run all these operations to help you work smarter, not harder, especially as you adapt to the so-called new normal. I will be doing more of these videos as the time draws near. So I hope you enjoyed this one where I highlight just a certain amount of apps. And these are cross-platform. Unfortunately, Microsoft Teams doesn't work on BB10. I couldn't get it to work on BB10 OS. That's why I still have to rely on iOS product and an Android device to get me by in my day-to-day. So, man, I really wish I was using BlackBerry right now. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, stay to know. Remember to also subscribe to the podcast itself, even though a lot of it is going to be from here on out audio versions of this YouTube content. But there are still some exclusive audio updates you do not want to miss out, as especially when it comes to real estate. That if you want to be up to date, you're not going to want to miss out. So I recommend that you sign up at any of the podcast directories down below. Your favorite one, take your pick. I'm across all of that. So thank you once again so much for watching, for tuning in, and I hope you're safe. I hope you're well, and I'll see you on the next one.